Chapter 7 and 8. The Rise of Europe and the High and Late Middle Ages. Part 9. The Black Death. As you listen to the video, add to the outline below. All notes must be in your notebook. The essential question number 1. How did the Black Death get to Western Europe? Answer the question in your notebook. The Black Death arrived in Europe by sea in October 1347, when 12 Genoese trading ships docked at the Sicilian port of Messina. After a long journey through the Black Sea, most of the sailors on the ship had the plague. Over the next 5 years, the mysterious Black Death would kill more than 20 million people in Europe, almost 1/3 of the continent's population. The Black Death traveled on the Silk Road from China through India, Persia, Syria, and Egypt, and finally Europe. The people of Europe knew of a great pestilence, but were not prepared for what happened when it arrived. Symptoms included swellings in the groin and armpits that exuded blood and pus, fever, chills, vomiting, diarrhea, aches, and pains. In short order, death occurred. Today, scientists understand that the Black Death is spread by a bacillus called Yersinia pestis. They know that the bacillus travels from person to person through the air, as well as through the bite of infected fleas and rats. Meanwhile, in a panic, healthy people did all they could to avoid the sick. Doctors refused to see patients. Priests refused to administer last rites. Shopkeepers closed stores. Many people fled the cities for the countryside, but even there they could not escape the disease. It affected cows, sheep, goats, pigs, and chickens, as well as people. Because they did not understand the biology of the disease, many people believed that the Black Death was a kind of divine punishment, retribution for sins against God. By this logic, the only way to overcome the plague was to win God's forgiveness. Some people believed that the way to do this was to purge their communities of heretics and other troublemakers. So, for example, many thousands of Jews were massacred in 1348 to 1349. Some upper-class men joined processions of flagellants that traveled from town to town and engaged in public displays of penance and punishment. They would beat themselves and one another with heavy leather straps studded with sharp pieces of metal. The Black Death epidemic had run its course by the early 1350s, but the plague reappeared every few generations for centuries. Modern sanitation and public health practices have greatly mitigated the impact of the disease, but have not eliminated it. The essential question number 2: how did people respond to the Black Death? Answer the question in your notebook. Draw a picture that shows an understanding of a concept from the video. The drawing must have color and be more than a few lines and circles. Be prepared to take a quiz on your notes the next class day.